Hey guys, welcome to the Whole and Wellness Show, episode 21. Five of the high blood pressure supplement mistakes to avoid today. So, possibly maybe you're making these mistakes. Some of them are very deadly, and that's why we decided to go over the top five ones that we have encountered so that you don't fall into this mistake ever again and you know exactly what you want to be doing around your blood pressure control and the use of supplements. So this is actually we're actually shooting simultaneously on our Facebook and on our YouTube. So wherever you're seeing this, make sure that you subscribe to our channel. Make sure you're following our page. That you set your notifications on, hit the bell button so you always get notified whenever we go live. My name is Chibuama Milechukwu from chibuamamilechukwu.com. I'm a pharmacist and health transformation coach, and I work with you to lower your blood pressure naturally so you don't have to take so many drugs for it or endure the adverse effects that come from using, maybe from the BP or the so many drugs you're on. So let's get started. Why are we talking about these mistakes? The truth is, maybe you have used supplements in the past. Maybe you've used some and they failed you. Maybe you've tried some and you were not happy with the results. Maybe you've heard you're tired of supplements and you don't even want to use supplements anymore. It's probably because you made a mistake in using the supplement, and that's why we want to go over them so you never fall prey to any of these supplement mistakes. All right, so mistake number one is that you take a supplement as the high BP cure, right? So I know, I'm going to be honest with you here. The truth is, most people who sell these supplements to you, they probably sell it as cure. Madam, when you take the supplement, that BP go pata pata. That's the end of it, right? Permit my my vernacular, but what they give you this big promise that this is the only supplement you need. I had someone send me over a link 2 days ago and said, this thing. Look at this supplement that I found online, and please look at it and tell me what you think about it. And funny enough, the internet marketers who were promoting this supplement said this is the cure for high BP. Can you imagine if you take that as the cure, thinking that it's going to wipe off maybe 10 years or 7 years of the high BP issues? It's a lie. It's not going to wipe it out. That's the mistake. So it's a marketing mistake that people just make because they want to take your money, and at the same time it's also a use mistake, because if you are using it hoping it's going to cure it or it's going to make the high BP disappear, you see, it's a mistake, right? Because it won't. And maybe you have tried some supplements in the past. Maybe you've tried them and you bought them very expensive and you really believe that that will be the end, but it was not the end, right? It's because you fell for that trick. And I don't want you, after seeing this video, you definitely know what to do. All right, at the end of this video, I'm going to also be sharing with you a resource that would help you. It's actually a full webinar where we go in depth into 3 steps, just 3 steps that you can use to naturally lower your blood pressure. And the beauty of the whole thing is that many people have used this same system to get amazing results. Some people within 2 weeks, their BP is lowered. Some people within 7 days, 10 days, 30 days, depending on where you're at on your journey. And so, of course, it beats any result that you could have gotten from supplements, right? So I'm going to also leave the link for you to be able to see that resource, that training, in the description of the comment. All right, so number 2 mistake is that the moment you start using your supplements, you stop using your drugs. Now, this particular mistake is very, very deadly. You know why? It's kind of linked to number 1, because the marketers tell you that this is the cure, right? So when you stop taking your drugs, the moment you start taking supplements, here's what's going to happen. Your BP is going to jump up. We once had a case of a woman who walked into the pharmacy, and when she checked her blood pressure, it was so high, like it was dastardly high. And she almost broke down in tears. A woman that was in almost 50 years. She had had high BP for over 10 years. And then we said, Madam, what is the issue? And she opened up to say that she had gotten on these supplements, and the person who sold these supplements to her. I'm sorry to say, but a network marketer told her to discontinue her drugs. And she started crying because she felt like a fool. She was like, I know that I'm not supposed to discontinue my drugs, but I just believe this guy, and that is why I discontinue my drugs. And now look at the value I'm getting for my blood pressure. You see? So she felt so bad. And that is what I don't want for you. Do not discontinue your drugs just because you have started on the supplement. If you're ever going to do that, then of course you have to check with your doctor and make sure. But the problem with that mistake is when the moment you discontinue, right, what's going to happen is you don't know. So I mean, what it's not like a supplement, it's really a drug, right? It's to supplement what you're doing, not a drug, not the cure per se. Do you see why that's a big mistake? So never ever do that, right? So number three, mistake is using supplements with your drugs and not tracking. Now, this one is very, very important. We teach this to our clients within the BMAP. That is the BP Meds Free Accelerator program, where we help you to, get off your medications in as short as 30 days or as long as 90 days, right? So we teach the importance of tracking. I'm also going to link the video where on our YouTube, if you're seeing this, where we went in depth on blood pressure tracking. This is a big mistake that most people make. Even if you're not on supplements, you must be tracking your blood pressure. And if you start on supplements and you're taking your drugs, you must be tracking. You want to see if that thing you're even taking, if it's worsening your BP control, or if it's even improving your BP control. You want to know so that you don't run the risk of having low blood pressure, which is, of course, worse, right? So you really want to know, and that's why you must be tracking. Blood pressure tracking is extremely important. Whether you're taking supplements or you're not taking supplements, you have to be, more so even when you're taking supplements. I hope you understand that. That's number 3 point I wanted to share with you, right? Now, number 4 point when it comes to the use of supplements is taking too many supplements along with your drug. Now, this one is also very dangerous because sometimes when you take these different things, you believe, oh, it's supplement, and so it's safe, or it's natural supplement, it's safe. Forgetting that what makes the supplement work is actually chemicals, phytochemicals, plant chemicals, right? So they are also chemicals, they are also, drugs input because they are active, right? They are bioactive substances. Without trying to sound so, verbose or anything here, but the reason I'm trying to explain this to you is that those things you are taking, they all have activities. And the activities may be contradicting, counteracting the drugs you're taking, maybe reacting with the drugs you're taking, or maybe even reacting between each other. And so when you're having to, and then we've also had cases of people actually overdosing on certain supplements or certain nutrients, because let's say you're taking a supplement, maybe it's a natural supplement, but it's also fortified or it also contains some vitamins. So maybe it contains some vitamin A, C, B, D, right? And then you're taking another one that still contains the A, B, C, D, E. Do you see how, because you're taking those two supplements, you run the risk of overdosing, because most times they may be adjusted to meet your RDA, your required daily allowance. So you must be careful to make sure that you are not even overdosing on these supplements, especially when you're taking more than one, or you are not interacting, your supplement intake is not your drugs. And the best way, of course, to confirm that is to check with your pharmacist or to ask your doctor to take a look at what you're taking. And that takes me into this part of things that you must look out for when you're, getting your supplements used. We go into depth on that on the blog post. Make sure you read our blog post where we go into depth on things to look out for when selecting your supplement. And then the number fifth mistake, if you're joining us, let us know that you're seeing this. Leave us your comments around these things, your aha moments, right? And of course, don't forget that I promised to give you a free resource, which is a free webinar where we go into depth on the 3 steps to lower your blood pressure naturally. So We're going to link that in the description of this video, so you can always watch that and understand this. And then so number 5 is actually like the most important that you have to take note of, which is not, using supplement alone, and not using supplements as part of your blood pressure reducing strategy. Now, this kind of links to number 1, where we say number 1 is you're using supplements as your cure. The truth is, anyone who is using supplements, using nutritional supplements for blood pressure control, what you're probably looking for is something to help you control your blood pressure better. Because most people that we've discussed with, we've had interaction with, maybe gotten on our programs, what they share is, oh, I'm tired of my drugs. I'm tired of having to, it's not really the drugs, but I'm tired of having to swallow these drugs every single day. And of course, you and I know that it's really is quite a bit of a task, right? Or it's called the pill burden. So what you're actually looking for is better blood pressure control, yes or no? And so using only supplements, thinking that the be all, you'll be disappointed, and it happens time and time again. Some people, even after they've used the supplements, it doesn't work, and they're back to square one. And so what you should rather do is use the supplement as part of your natural strategy. This is one thing that we do very well with our clients within the BMAP, because we don't even encourage you, like you don't even get on supplements within the program until way towards, like, maybe you've done about 6 weeks. And at that time, you're already even achieving very good, you're already achieving excellent blood pressure control. The supplement is just to boost what you're currently doing. Now let me explain it to you, right? So if you want to naturally lower your blood pressure, there are so many things that you can start from, and it's not supplements. Because supplements are not going to wipe. I talked about this in one of the videos that I did, I think 2 days ago, on our Facebook page, right? Where I say the supplement is not going to take care of the stress that you're dealing with in your office, or take care of maybe the high cholesterol that you have, or maybe take care of other triggers, or your weight, for instance. So you need to use supplements as part of your SAM strategy, the subtract, add, modify strategy. We have a lay down protocols that we take clients through in the BMAP, for instance. And so supplement is the last thing. And but when, even if you're doing it on your own in your home, even if you're doing it on your own in your home, you can easily do this. Supplement comes last in your strategy. It's not the first place to start. Save your money, okay? Start with fixing it. There's so many things you can do from the get-go. Start with all that. By the time you start to see results, when you're adding your supplements, then you are going to get better results. I hope this kind of makes sense. For those of you guys just joining us, let me just run down through. We've talked about 5 of some of the biggest mistakes that most people make around using blood pressure to control their using supplements to control their blood pressure. Hi, Madam Ijoma, how are you? Mistakes people make with supplements. Thank you for joining us, right? So the number 1 mistake is taking supplements as the cure. And we blamed marketers for that. Digital marketers, network marketers, that's what they peddle these things at, and so they are actually to blame for that, and we're sorry. Let me be sorry on their behalf, but it's good you're seeing this, because now you have the right education, and you're never going to fall for that marketing lie. Okay, number 2 is stopping your drugs the moment you get on supplements. That's a big mistake as well. And then we talked about using supplements with your drugs and not tracking. That is a very big mistake that you don't want to fall into. And then we talked, number 4, we talked about too many supplements that may be counteracting or contradicting one another. So you have to make sure you're not overdosing on supplements because you're using so many things and trying to push down your BP. More is not necessarily better. Strategic supplementation is what we teach our clients, and is what we help our clients use when they work with us within the BMAP, right? And then number 5, which is like the icing on the cake, is Make supplements part of your overall strategy, but using supplements alone is a failing formula and it is not sustainable. If you use the SAM strategy, like we teach our BMAP clients, or in our programs, or in any of our programs that you've gotten on, you would know that you can get results even without the use of supplements. You can get results in as short as 3 days. Um, yeah, we've seen someone do 3 days. Some people do 10 days. Some people do 30 days, and it's sustainable, right? The woman we interviewed, yes, over the weekend, she has gone 4 months with excellent BP control. She's 51 years old, so it's not even an age thing. So supplement is the least of your worries. All right, I'm going to leave the link. So if you found value with this, drop that in the comments. If you've got any questions around blood pressure control and supplements, drop those in the comments. I'm going to leave you with the link for you to watch our 3-step process to lower your blood pressure naturally. It's a full training webinar where I go into details on how you can do it yourself. You can just copy the exact strategy that we've used for over 500 people. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for notifications, and hit the bell button so you always get notified when we go live or when we share any of these live streams. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to see you sometime.